It's the Sandbox MMA rankings update for the UFC after UFC 309. And without further ado, let's just get into it. These are my rankings. These are the correct rankings. Dana White goes nuts about the official rankings, and I agree they're not always right, but I don't think Dana necessarily is the right solution because he'll just put John Jones at one in everything. You'll see what happens in pound for pound in this video as well, but we're going to start with women's flyweight. Nothing crazy here. Viviane Araújo stays where she is. She beat Karine Silva, who was ranked 11 on my rankings. I actually moved Karine Silva down one over Tracy Cortez because I just thought Tracy Cortez's fight was a little bit more impressive against Rose Namajunas than Karine Silva's performance was against Viviane Araújo. So I actually moved Tracy Cortez up one and Karine Silva down one. Is what it is. Maybe I'm getting brownie points with Tracy Cortez too. Sorry, Ortega, but we all love her. Moving on to bantamweight, Marcus McGee. I moved up to the 12 spot. This is where Kyler Phillips originally was. Now, I moved Marcus McGee up to the 12 spot because I think his performance against Jonathan Martinez showed us that he is better than all these guys. Beat Jonathan Martinez. He would destroy Kyler Phillips. Montel Jackson, we'd have to see how that fight would go. I bet it'd be a very intriguing one, but I'm putting Marcus McGee up there over him because his win over Jonathan Martinez is more impressive to me than Damone Blackshear's or Montel Jackson's win over Damone Blackshear, even though it was an 18-second knockout. But I did move Montel Jackson up 2 spots from the 15 spot to the 13 spot because he is coming off a win, impressive win, whereas Jonathan Martinez is now coming off back-to-back losses against Jose Aldo and Marcus McGee. Listen, I moved Jonathan Martinez down a spot and then Kyler Phillips down 3 because the performance I saw from Jonathan Martinez against what I believe is equal or maybe a little bit better competition in Marcus McGee versus Rob Font. And that's no disrespect to Rob Font. I think Rob Font's a beast, but I'm telling you, I think very highly of Marcus McGee at this point in time right now, especially given his age and him being up and coming. I think that Jonathan Martinez's loss looks better than Kyler Phillips' loss. Because then you look at the Kyler Phillips font to like Pedro Munoz and like he won that fight 2-1 and didn't look too impressive. He gassed out and I'm like, all right, dude, how good really is this guy? He may be in a position where he doesn't end up in the ranking soon enough, but I kept him in here. I got him here at the 15 spot, moving down 3 spots. I just don't, I think he loses to Jonathan Martinez as he fights or if they fight and yeah, I wasn't impressed with his loss to Rob Font. Looked uglier to me than Jonathan Martinez's loss to Marcus McGee. So taking that into account, Marcus McGee moves up to the 12, Montel Jackson to the 13, Jonathan Martinez moves down 1 spot to the 14, and Kyler Phillips moves down 3 spots to the 15. It's crazy to me that the UFC kept Kyler Phillips and not Jonathan Martinez in the rankings. I think J Mart still deserves it. He's just drawn the short straw of Aldo and Marcus McGee. Is what it is. We're going to move on. Don't think anything happened in flyweight. Nope. Featherweight, nothing really happened. Lightweight, yeah, Oliveira's going to stay at 2 here. Just proved himself that he deserves to stay at 2. Chandler's going to stay here at 11. I already had him at 11. I didn't think he deserved to be above any of these other guys, and it really did show. So telling you guys my rankings make sense because, let's be real, man, Chandler doesn't deserve to be above any of these guys. So he's going to stay there at 11. Welterweight stayed the same. Middleweight stayed the same. Light heavyweight stayed the same. We're going to go to heavyweight, though. A lot of things change here. One of which, Alexander Romanov was cut from the promotion. Based Dana White cutting Alexander Romanov from the promotion. So everyone's going to move up a spot from that. However, everyone that was below that's going to move a spot up. So that brings 3 guys into the rankings. Mick Parkin's one of the better looking Better looking is a stretch for an ogre like Mick Parkin, but one of the more talented heavyweights that were outside the rankings, in my opinion, so I put him there at 13. Shamil Gaziev, another one of those dudes that's not one of the better-looking heavyweights, but you know what I mean? He's more talented. He's a couple of the ugliest guys in the absolute division here coming up. 13 and 14, Mick Parkin, Shamil Gaziev, and then Waldo Cortez Acosta. He was the first one to fraud check Rebels to Spain. I put him here at 15. I think the UFC has him at 13, but yeah, he beat Waldo Cortez Acosta. So did Austin Lane. So I'm not going crazy with that. I don't really know who else to put in the rankings here, but all these guys are going in. Then you have Marcos Rogerio de Lima moving up because Stipe retired. Tai Tuivasa, Derek Lewis, Marcin Tybura, Jairzinho Rosenstrike, and Sergey Spivak all move up 1 because of the retirement of Stipe. Was thinking about putting Marcin Tybura above Jairzinho Rosenstrike. But I honestly think Rosenstrike would win if they fought, and I know that Rosenstrike easily beat Tuivasa across 3 rounds, and Marcin Tybura did get a finish against Jonata Diaz, but let's be real, man, Jonata Diaz just didn't really know how to grapple, so it didn't work out for him. It was a win for Marcin Tybura, and Diaz didn't look impressive enough for me to move Tybura above Jairzinho Rosenstrike. So that's what we got here. Spivak to 7, Rosenstrike to 8, Tybura to 9, Lewis back in the top 10, Tai Tuivasa coming off 5 losses in a row, somehow moves up a spot. Rogerio de Lima at 12, and then Parkin, Gaziev, Waldo Cortez Acosta 13, 14, 15. And we move on to pound for pound. Jon Jones moves up 1 spot from 5. He moved up 3 spots from 7 to 4. The win over Stipe was good. He won it dominantly. But at the end of the day, it was a 42-year-old Stipe, man. Not as impressive to me. I could still argue that Dricus du Plessis and Tom Aspinall should be above him, but I don't want to get too much hate and sound too biased. Jon Jones won dominantly. Good finish. Didn't look his best. This isn't prime Jon Jones, guys. It is what it is, but he's going to be here at 4, moving up 3 spots. Because he moves up, Dricus moves down 1, Aspinall moves down 1, Bilal moves down 1, but nothing much they can do. With a win, with a win over Shavkat, Bilal moves back up. Aspinall beating Jones is going to move him back up, and Jones down a lot, just saying. And then another, if Dricus beats Hamzat, Dricus is going above, Pereira, probably. So, just saying, these are guys that, with coming up with more wins, can definitely jump past Jones again. But I moved Jones up to 4, up 3 spots, and Dricus and Aspinall and Bilal go down 5, 6, 7. Moving up 1 spot, Hamzat Chimaev, another spot, Sean Strickland, Arman Sarukian, another spot at 14. And then not ranked, I wanted to put Charles Oliveira back in the rankings. I think he deserves it. I think he really does. He goes in there at 15, and the person I moved out was Leon Rocky Edwards. Leon looks so I'm just thinking back, I get it. Leon beat Usman twice. He was losing the fight and got a miracle head kick. So yeah, it is what it is. He beat the pound-for-pound guy. He goes up. Then he wins a decision, razor-close decision against Usman that could have been a draw. So that keeps him in there. It's a win. Then he beats Colby in the most underwhelming fight of all time, where both guys looked shit. So it's all right. He just holds his spot because he won. Maybe if other guys have impressive performances, they go above him. Then he loses to Bilal, so he's got to get outside of all the champions. And dude, Volkanovski pound for pound's better, Holloway pound for pound's better, and these 3 guys are pound for pound better than Leon, in my opinion. I don't think Leon beats Shavkat. I don't think Leon beats JDM. I think Leon would have a tough fight with Ian Gary. I think Leon loses to Sean Brady. So it is what it is. I dropped Leon out. I moved these guys in. This is the Sandbox MMA rankings updates. Jon Jones has officially cracked the top 5 for pound, guys. It's okay. It happened. I did it. Is what it is. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. Let me know what you think. I'm sure I'm going to get some Jon Jones stuff in the comments, but it is what it is. This is my rankings. This is what I think, and you can give me a logical argument that doesn't predate COVID-19, then we can talk about it. I'm sorry, that doesn't predate Dominic Reyes, doesn't predate doesn't predate Anthony Smith. If you can give me an argument that doesn't predate the Anthony Smith fight, where he took him to a decision after illegally kneeing him, or went to split decision with Thiago Santos, or lost to Dominic Reyes and got a robbery win gifted to him, then we can talk. Give me a legitimate reason in the comments. If not, it is what it is, man. You have your opinion, I have mine. You don't have to like it. I don't have to like it. But at the end of the day, it's all love, all respect. Please like and subscribe.